are live. Welcome to Film Companion at Facebook. It's where I host my live conversation. And right now on the show, we have the team of Ghoul. There's Radhika, there's Manav, there's Vikram and Patrick. Welcome to the show, guys. It's a good time for me to tell you that you get to send in your questions live for these guys. And I'll try and take as many questions about Ghoul. It's up for release really soon. And I want to start off right at the start and ask you guys, just how scary is it? What are we in for? Should the faint-hearted even be attempting it? Tell us.
Well, it's an edge-of-your-seat thrill ride. I like to describe it like that. It has moments of scariness in it, for sure. If you're faint-hearted, you should probably watch it, but just make sure you have a doctor on call at all times.
You've been warned.
Yeah, that's a disclaimer. We don't want to get sued. But yeah, it's a suspenseful thrill ride.
Yeah, August 24th, doctor on call.
Yes, yeah, please.
So, Vikram, I want to ask you, what made you guys at Phantom want to venture into the horror space with Ghoul? You've always said that horror was underserved in India. So was there a niche that you were looking to tap into, maybe?
I think horror is underserved. I mean, it's always been, other than the typical Indian horror that the Ramsay brothers did and then Vikram Bhatt's kind of carried on, which is great and works. I just feel that we were seeing the fact that people are actually going to go watch a lot of horror films. They were seeing Conjuring, they were seeing these interesting films, and we really weren't making any cool, interesting Indian horror stuff, which is not the Bhoot Bangla variety or the Chudel variety of things. And I felt that, so us and Blumhouse and Ivanhoe decided to sort of like do content for the Indian market. Netflix came on board pretty soon after we decided to start doing it. They're like, okay, don't do film, do this as a series. And we're like, fantastic idea, because gave us the chance to be able to actually flesh out characters more and do some stuff. And yeah, the result is here.
Yeah. Like you said, you had the Blumhouse on board. They're the guys that gave us Paranormal Activity, Get Out.
Absolutely.
What did you learn about making horror films from them? Like you said, we weren't getting it right. So what did you learn from just watching the way they work?
I think like the range of the films that they have is absolutely phenomenal. Like the fact that they're going from Paranormal Activity to Insidious all the way to Get Out, like there's such a range of horror, and they've broadened the scope of horror into, and I think Jason Blum himself is responsible for just broadening the scope of horror beyond ghosts and haunted houses and spirits. I think like the horror is actually, what they've done is taken the horror beyond the supernatural and turned it into things that, you know, whether it's like the Saw series or the Insidious series or, you know, even Get Out, where it's just like fear is everywhere in every kind of thing. And I think that broadening that they've done has been pretty amazing. And I think that learning that from them and just learning how to, like, I think just on the script level, how to spook.
Yeah. You know, I've often wondered what it's like to be on set while shooting a horror film. Is the environment as claustrophobic as it comes across when you're watching a trailer like this, or on the contrary, is it actually comical? Like, take us through what it's like to be on set filming a horror film.
It was called claustrophobic, absolutely.
Yeah?
Because the place we were shooting, it was Tulip Star basement, and it was raining all the time at that time. And it was water everywhere. I mean, really, really dingy. The way it's actually, you know, you see it. But we were all friends from theatre.
Until the end of the shoot.
Until the end of the shoot, of course.
You were never friends with Patrick.
Patrick, yeah. I was scared of Patrick, seriously.
Really?
Yeah.
Sorry, no.
He used to like come from anywhere, like, it's like, I'm just like making you prepare for
I
it.
do think the atmosphere is usually comic.
Is it?
Because it's just, I mean, they're bizarre things that don't even happen in your life normally. Somebody doesn't come with like ridiculous nails or something. Or, you know, lots of blood or somebody flying. I mean, I don't know if somebody flies in our film or not, but I'm just saying, you know what I mean?
You read the script, didn't you?
I'm just trying to not give away.
Spoilers.
Yes, true. Good point.
So when you actually see that or you know that's going to happen, you just want to know how they're going to do it and what's going to happen. And that's very exciting.
Yeah.
You know, but on the other hand, sometimes it can be very exhausting because I think fear is a very taxing emotion.
Yeah. To tap into each time.
Yeah, I mean, constantly breathing heavily and like really like being scared for like 15 takes.
Wow, yeah.
Then you want a break after that, which Patrick never gave.
What is it about Patrick? What is it about Patrick on live?
Hey, come Patrick. God, jeez. Could have been worse.
Too early in the morning, Patrick.
You know, I'd spoken to Manav right around the time Maroon actually premiered on Netflix as well. And you talked about how that film was so intense for you, where there was a point where his director and the team around was actually scared to approach him because he'd gotten so much into that zone while filming it. Was it similar here?
No.
No,
Actors
no.
were like really searching for someone. Like I used to go to him because his humor is top notch. So that he used
Yeah,
to
that's
make me
true.
laugh because after each and every scene you want to talk to like human beings because you don't want to see blood and ghost and like things are coming to you. So
But you have a very British sense of humor. So you'd say something, and we are like in the middle of the like just about to start the shot, and he'd say something, and you just crack up because it's like
I'm sabotaging my own.
some really
set.
like nasty.
अरे ये तो मुझसे बोलता था यार मानव and I used to laugh. Because the way he said like Hindi ना अरे यार मानव यार यार मानव यार.
We've desified you completely, haven't we?
Well, up to the point where I know Hindi. I mean, then there's a cut-off point there. Yeah.
So you've become the go-to Netflix heroine. I know you've heard this time and again, but the fact that it's given you the ability to push the envelope so much, is it to the point where when you read feature films, they don't challenge you as much now because you're getting to do so much on the web? Is that even a factor?
I mean, not really. I mean, probably, but I don't know if it's only correlated or not, like necessarily correlated or not. But no, it's not. I'm very thrilled. This was not by design at all.
Three films in 1 year?
No, it wasn't by design. Lust Stories, when we were shooting, it wasn't a Netflix film. Ghoul was shot as a film 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Wasn't a Netflix project. Sacred Games was the only Netflix original. And so this was a good coincidence, and I am very happy that it panned out like this because it's really given me lots of attention without asking for it. So great, I think
You
it's
spoke
great.
of the attention. There was a ridiculous debate on the internet about whether there's too much of Radhika Apte.
Yeah, but
I mean, is that
it's
even
ridiculous.
a thing?
It's ridiculous.
How do you
but-
assimilate like conversations like this? And you couldn't have not.
Well, I didn't. I don't read anything. Like
You're joking. You were trending for the longest
I
time.
did not know. It's just that two people messaged me, actually, saying that about something else only they wanted to write to me, and they said that listen, we don't think it's too much of you, by the way, and something. So I was like,
We're friends.
why? It was. I'll tell you. And I was like, why are they writing like that?
Was it the head of Netflix who messaged you?
No, something else. And I was like, why are they messaging me like that? And I didn't understand. So I called them up and said, oh, you haven't seen it. But I thought it was quite ridiculous. You can't be, trolled for working, But I think it's going to be
Trolled for working.
No, there was some people, oh, this is too much. And a lot of people stood up and said, you idiots, there's no such thing as too much Radhika Apte.
But exactly,
Which is very cool.
exactly. I'm saying that it worked in
But there
in
were
my
also
favor.
some really funny memes, by the way. Did you
But
get
there
a
was
chance to
one-
look at them?
No, one of my idiotic friends, I really love her, my very close friends. So we were on a holiday. And we just met this stranger, yeah, bloody. And so she was like, oh, Radhika's very famous. Do you want to listen to something? I was like, what is going on? And then she started reading, but there's one I loved, yeah.
Tell us
it's
about
quite not good for me, but it's so creative. They said Radhika's face, because I always get irritated, when somebody asks a question. So that face is always on media, okay? So they said my face is as if the 6 pani puris been given and Radhika's waiting for the dry pani puri. I thought it was so good.
Whoever
Anyway.
came up with that one, slow clap. Speaking of which, I should take some questions coming in live. Gail Sequeira wants to know, the horror genre has got such a bad rap and it's so easy to fall into the cliches. What is it about the genre that you find fascinating? Who wants to go? Vikram?
I'm scared, which I think the thing with any film or any series or anything, right, is that if you feel true emotion, then that actually sort of working. So with horror, I believe that because I scare easily, so it just totally works for me. I mean, even I don't watch that many horror films, but I will never forget the ones that I watch because it's just that they work at such an emotional level for you, and I think that that's what's fascinating about the genre, is the fact that it's it works on a very, very base emotion that really can, just touch you and just hook you very, very quickly. Yeah, for me, that's fascinating.
What about you, Manu?
I don't like this emotion at all. Why scare people? I mean, seriously. I just don't like it. I don't want to watch any films. And because also I get very exhausted after the point, So, and I remember everything I've seen. It just comes in my dreams. I can't sleep. But I'm a very good actor. I get scared very easily. So anything boom, this is boom.
Oh my god.
So
it's okay. It's just
I'm very, very good at it. You can get scared with anything.
What fascinates you about horror?
I don't know, fascinating. I'm not sure.
Things, eat, live, breathe, everything is horror. So good.
I mean,
Have you watched some of the films we've made in India?
yeah, I have. Yeah, and there's plenty of good ones. I love lots of films. So, I mean, I've seen a lot of Ram Gopal Varma films. Most recently, Pari came out. I quite like that film. So there's lots of good Indian stories. I think there's a lot of good Indian superstition and folklore that we can make into really good horror stories. And too often we're focusing on a very specific group of things that, it might be nice to branch out and explore other areas for sure.
Sure. Like you guys just said, I mean, you did set out to make it as a film, but then you were happy that it moved to the Netflix space. What about it helped to just be able to do this as a Netflix original instead?
You have more because you're making it over a larger period of time, as in time off show. I think you get the opportunity to actually make it richer. Like you get character arcs become denser. You can actually sort of like plant many things and pay off many things afterwards. Multiple characters can get richer and more detailed, and I think that's lovely for season. It's worked with Ghoul for us. You see the same thing in Sacred Games as well, where if it was made as a film, half of those characters who are all getting so much love would have not even been there. You know what I mean? It's just like you can't. So the series allows you to like really explore things, really sort of like stretch things out. And
also, the liberty it provides in terms of
I
censorship.
I mean, we never started off in the beginning saying that we're going to pre-censor in our head. I mean, it's horror, and we're being pretty honest with this stuff. It definitely, I think, leaves actors free when you know that there's no censorship to be able to sort of like at least perform without okay, can I say a bad word without thinking that then Pelaji is going to look at me and say, bad person. So yeah, I mean, that freedom I think for these guys is actually is pretty amazing. I don't think it's changed any of the way we work. Whether it's Urta Punjab in the past, we've already gone and done it, and then we'll fight if we have to fight.
What about you guys? You were nodding vehemently, but how liberating is it as an actor to just be able to express without the nods?
I think we know how to work with limitation and everything, but I think it's more to.
Well, you do have to make films in India, right?
Yeah, and also it's about. I feel for like writers and directors, because when they want to say something with utmost honesty, and then things they have seen around us, like Sacred Games, the life which they have shown, the language of those people are that.
Yeah.
So how much you want to cut, and you are going to end up making Jai Santoshima all the time, I'm just saying that because everything is pure and you are cutting everything out. So as a writer or as an artist, basically, you can't paint anything. There's so much. You can't use red color, okay. You can't use green color, okay. So what you can use? So you are just limiting everything. So it's not about actors. Actors are okay. They can do anything. But it's about writers. It's about directors. It's about the producers. They want to put something out there. Something very original, Indian. And the way we have seen life around us.
Keep going.
Since we have you, we have to talk about Sacred Games. Did you guys ever fathom how popular this was going to get? We just recently talked to Saif, and he talked about how you were a complete wreck on the sets, and it's only after that he realized what a fun guy you actually are.
Yeah, I was a wreck. I was show running and directing at the same time, so it was really, really hard, because you had to at one point in time go for recce's and tech recce's, and at the same point in time saying, okay, are we okay with the scripts or not? So yeah, I was a wreck, and Saif was actually right. He and me had a few arguments on set about this.
But you're a fun guy.
I'm a fun guy, yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Look at that validation,
But did you guys see the storm? Did you anticipate the kind of...
No, we didn't see the storm at all. We didn't see it coming. I mean, I was hoping that it would do well, and by well, sure. I was guessing that, okay, it's going to have cinephiles watching it, and the people who watch Netflix shows watching it and expanding it, but I think the range that, or the breadth of what we've seen, the amount of people who've watched it, and the kind of people who watched it, and it seems everybody's watched it, which is great. Yeah. I wasn't expecting that at all.
There's some questions about Bhavesh Joshi. Any chance of converting it into a series? We'll take that one from Aryan.
I will ask Netflix if they're interested, and then we'll see. Amanda's standing right here. She can answer the question. I don't know, man. Quite honestly.
Well, it's a series, wouldn't it?
It would, yeah. Episodic stuff, yeah. Kind of like Indian Daredevil or something.
Yeah. So I'm going to slowly wrap this conversation up with a lighter little rapid fire, as they usually call it. So I'm going to go with you, Radhika. A film I wish I hadn't turned down.
Oh, none.
None?
Yeah.
A film you wish you had
Not turned down.
had turned down.
Many.
Awkward laughter.
Just give a percentage.
Oh, don't even ask.
Vikram, an Indian director that makes you insanely envious of his craft.
Oh, craft. Dibakar Banerjee, Anurag Kashyap, Zoya Akhtar. These are my three favorite directors in the country. Yeah, absolutely.
Manav, a role that you think you would have been really good at.
Oh God.
Don't say
So
James
ma-
Bond.
There's so many. I don't know. Anything actually Javier Bardem is doing is stunning. Like, I'm not like going to be better than, but
why not?
I just like, so inspirational he is. So I just like look at him and say, I'll come slowly. That'll climb. I'm gonna come.
Okay, each of you, a classic that you must confess that you have not watched.
Hum Aapke Hai Kaun? I'm serious. I haven't watched it. I was in my anti-Bollywood phase back then. I was like very angry with the world.
Radhika is appalled.
No, I'm not appalled. I'm trying to think of my answer.
The classic you haven't seen.
Yeah, Patrick, do you have one?
I think it's Satya. I haven't seen Satya.
Oh,
Yeah, I haven't seen. I don't know. Just too much was there and I just missed it. I
Radhika,
missed it. I mean,
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
you've seen them all?
No, actually, many I haven't.
What's a classic?
Is Kabhi Khushi Kabhi Gum classic?
You haven't watched it.
yeah.
I mean, because of you, I went in that direction. You know what I mean?
Oh, you think English classics first?
Yeah. And then because you said Hum Aapke Hai Kaun, I was suddenly went into
It's
the.
more Indian, you know, that is more fun. Well,
Is
so Kabhi
K3
Khushi Kabhi Gum you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, that works.
Okay.
Kabhi Khushi Kabhi Gham.
What about you?
I'm going to do an English one, obviously.
Yes, please.
Gone with the Wind. I just can't be bothered. It's just too long. It's like what, 3.5 hours? It's just not gonna happen. I can't be bothered, and it's racist.
And finally, since we're in the horror space with Ghoul, give us a recommendation of a horror film that really made you shit your pants.
You swore. We were not meant to swear, and the host is swearing.
It's the internet.
Okay.
It's the internet.
No censored.
You would know more horror films, though.
But give us your favorite.
Yeah.
I like The Shining or Don't Look Now or I don't
Oh,
know.
Don't Look Now is a great film.
Yeah.
The others.
Yeah?
It's good.
I like it.
Shit my pants. I think The Shining for sure.
The Shining.
Shit my pants.
No, we're all swearing.
Hey, you started.
Soiled my underwear. Just thinking. There was quite an obscure. I'm going to say this because so people look out for it and watch it. I think it's on YouTube. Is this show called Ghost Watch, which was before Blair Witch. That completely destroyed me when I was a child.
Oh, yeah?
You should check it out. Look for it online. It's this. As I said, it was made I think in 1991, and it was all before all that found footage films basically, and it's like really a pioneer in the genre.
Okay, those are some good recommendations ahead of Ghoul on the 24th of August. I'm going to wrap this up by asking you guys, that is, let me get the stats right, 125 million users in about 190 countries watching you guys on Netflix on the 24th of August. What do you wish that they take away from this series?
A subscription, probably. Just build up the.
Yeah, I'm gonna say. I'd like to see nothing better than Netflix getting a few million subscriptions out of this.
Exactly. Yes.
Because that's what we want for the future.
Yeah.
That's a good way to wrap it up. So those of you who missed the start of this chat, it's up on the Netflix page as well as the Film Companion page. So make sure you check it out and watch Ghoul on the 24th of August. Good luck to you guys. Thank you for coming by the Facebook office and chatting with Film Companion.
Thanks very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.